Yo, what's up, YouTube? I feel like it's been a long time since I've been around talking to y'all. Now, at the time of recording this, I have like 4 or 5 segments waiting to upload for y'all. Y'all been bumping to YouTube very heavily, but I want to tell you right now, it's popping on Twitch. Like, it's really popping on Twitch, and I'm not trying to get you to come over here. I think I like my communities to stay where they are, because like this is a different environment. You know, you might like, I really liked Paradigm, but he be doing mad other stuff during stream and whatnot. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know, like, it's a different environment. I'm not really digging it. You know, you can be one of those people, which is fine. You know, which is fine. I'm never holding anybody to any type of standard or anything. I'm only saying that to tell you that today I want to talk to you about something that I was thinking about in my sleep-deprived state last night, as I was rated by some pretty cool people. Now that we're on YouTube, I guess I can do the shout-out. I'm Really Important. I think you can find I'm Really Important on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure you can find IRI, which is what we call them here, everywhere else. We got MF Endless. A few of y'all probably know him more importantly as Endless Cemetery. You can find him at endlesscemetery.com. We had the Orb Lady raid us. That was really cool. I can't find any information on the Orb Lady further than that, but I think if you just Twitch their name. And Freems.tv. See, Freems TTV. Freems been a homie for a hot ass minute. One of the first people to notice the vision of what I've been working on as I'm trying to pull forward in Twitch. Anyway, you're like, ayo, this is a YouTube segment. What the fuck you want to talk to us about today? Is it 420 Story Hour? Well, I'm on an edible, so I guess we could just call it that if you want to just call it that. Second. We're doing it live, as you can see. So I wrote down a couple of notes to make sure like I wasn't being funny and I wasn't forgetting what I wanted to say. Here we go. First segment I want to talk to you about is picturing yourself in a different light as you're getting older. I realized, and I spent a lot of time talking about it last night. I hope I recorded that segment. I really do. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. But I got the vibes. You know I got y'all. And I talked about how nostalgia affects the way your patterns kind of like... And nostalgia affects the growth of your patterns as you were growing up. And I talked a lot about how as we get older, we're trying to still assimilate some feelings, some sense of control in our lives over those patterns that we might be trying to break, or some of those patterns that we might be trying to mold for ourselves. We might be trying to do something better, and other people don't agree with it. Other people don't, you know. It could be one way or the other, and you're not sure how to really, I guess, evolve with the way people move funny, which was the effective argument I was making. Today, however, I want to talk to you about like how you as a person grow up, how you as a person recognize that you are not crazy. Now, I rarely ever jump into these realms when I'm having my talks, because it's like, for me to start getting personal, and then that might detract from the politics. People take the political side of it. It's like, you're talking about right wingers. Well, I'm just talking about people. I think that a lot of us view mistakes that other people have made, and we kind of translate that into a way that doesn't hurt us as much. And while it's totally all right sometimes to buffer yourself and to buffer your emotions by not being afraid of like approaching confrontation or approaching developments that you might have towards another person, you're still trying to figure out how to avoid that that blow away, that big, oh geez, now I got 2 weeks worth of anxiety and I gotta worry about, oh, we were supposed to do this and we were supposed to do that, and now I gotta reconfigure all of that in my head, and it's so much and I don't know what to do. Like I said, I absolutely understand you, trust me, and I'm not, for the love of me, I'm telling you, you're not crazy. See that now it's starting to make sense, right? I think that a lot of us have just seen so much pain and so much deliberate lying from like other people who we're supposed to expect genuine from. Or like most people say, you put a person in a situation where they have to panic or make any like tough decisions and you see their real character. I feel like the pandemic kind of opened us up to everybody kind of being on edge. So the things that you take serious are the things that you push like to the forefront. That's what I gotta do. And it doesn't allow you to really navigate other people's behavior towards you because you're on this consistent defensive trend of like, people have been shit. And then it gets even more complex because then you start noticing other people outside your circle doing exactly what you probably thought people would do to you if given in that situation, and it starts to validate you. And you get a little confused, you get a little trippy, and you're like, I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, hey, thank you, appreciate it. Maybe I shouldn't, maybe I don't have, I should, look, I understand that we're kind of these are kind of first waters for certain generations, especially having this big technological gap at the same time that there are people alive from segregational times. Like, I get that. What confusion you're feeling about why people still move in a way that's kind of like, you don't think that like I can see what you're doing. I know that land is like nauseating and annoying and frustrating because at some point you're probably saying, if you're watching this, that you're a decent person, and yeah, a lot of people have wronged me for reasons that I'm not entirely too sure about. And what I'm trying to tell you is that I don't think you need to be like necessarily worried or afraid about you being the nuts one in this situation. I think that a lot of what we are expecting from other people is for them to feel that level of empathy that stops certain situations from even taking place in the first place, to even be in the situation to begin with. And I don't want my main argument here is that what you sometimes consider to be something that you could just push back in the back of your head, something you don't got to worry about, I think it's better if you deal with that straight up. And I both mean that outside and inward. I know that's asking a lot, especially from people who have experienced sincere trauma. Like, we're not going to the outlier cases of the bell curve. I never say that it's everybody, but I also say that I try to make it at least plausible for everybody, if that makes sense. It's not everybody, but I make it plausible for anybody. There we go. Don't be afraid of thinking that you're correct. Now, if you're doing negative shit and you know that you're like deluding yourself into thinking that you're the person that like is not at fault here, don't take this advice. I know, like, don't come around here with that. For those who know, like, felt gaslighted, felt gaslit, felt abused, like when you know the evidence is there and something's not like clicking and you're like, am I crazy? Because people wouldn't do that in this day and age. Everybody's going through shit left, right, up and down, and we're trying to figure out how to move as new adults in a space where we're trying to have more intelligent conversations and we're trying to dismantle pieces of government and get things for people who can't truly afford it. All of that all together. Don't feel like you have to be wrong for the sake of someone else's ego. Don't feel like you have to give up being the victor in a situation because you don't want to lose that person. I promise you, at some point, whether it's consciously, whether it's just by the way things naturally ebb and flow, I promise you that person's gonna pick up on it. They know about it, and they're specifically not doing anything. They're specifically not doing anything about the situation. We're all adults that have been exposed to way too much on the internet. We've all been exposed to different communities, different talking points, different styles of attitude, different personalities. I promise you, for those who like really, really got that heart, they wouldn't do that to you in the first place. Now, again, there are obviously situations and outliers that might stack up to a point where it's like, hey, you should also talk about this thing. Trust me, I know. We will have our time for that when it gets time to that, but I, again, am not personally, I mean, I've talked about it on stream, but like, I'm personally not one of those give the rule of thumb about everybody and everything. This is specific to if it helps you, it helps you. If you try to spin this and use it negative, fuck you. Send this video to somebody who you think needs to see this, who really needs that pick me up, because trust me, I'm there right now just with you. Just because I'm on the screen and you watching me don't mean I don't be going through shit in the real life. But I'm trying to tell you right now, it's not you. Sometimes it is just not you. I will see you in the next one.